Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I know I've not made a video in quite a while. There are reasons for that, and I actually want to talk to you about my entire start of the year. It is really timely that I'm doing this today. It's March the 15th, the Ides of March. We have panic buying, and I was just at the grocery stores this weekend. I didn't really need a whole lot, just buying stuff I wanted and frozen things that you just kind of run out of. Um, but I've watched how empty the store shelves are, and how people are behaving, and they've just wiped out all the water, bottled water that you can find, at least in bulk, all the toilet paper, rice and beans, pasta. It's just all gone from the shelves in these stores. It'll get back to normal in a couple of weeks when everybody's bought enough that they think that, okay, if something happens, I'll be fine. Not worried about it. I'm already stocked up. All the people that I know are already stocked up. But I have a reason that I want to talk to you today in particular, because I want to explain my absence from making these videos and talking to you. And it all ties together, and it's going to have a theme, and that theme is that the truth is everything in life is fragile. It's all fragile. So I was on a roll back during the holidays. I had plenty of time. I was able to collect my thoughts and sit down and do things. I didn't really write out anything. I really didn't make those kinds of plans, but I did think everything completely through and knew what I wanted to say, and so I didn't have any problem saying it. This one is also something I've thought through, but I took a little pause for a couple of weeks because I wanted to do some other things. My first book, I published it through a third party. I finally got it fixed, actually put it directly on Amazon so that the prices are much, much, much better. About a third, actually, of what the other price was, because those third-party booksellers, the print on demand, they just charge an arm and a leg for it. I mean, if you think going through Amazon directly to publish paperbacks is expensive, go try Lulu.com. Wow. They just charge an arm and a leg and your firstborn and a vial of blood and everything for a book. It's crazy. So I fixed that. But more importantly, death came near our door here. On January the 14th, my cousin Jamie died. And I love Jamie. She helped me out a lot. I helped her take care of her dad, my great uncle, who fought in World War II like my grandfather did. They were awesome men. I loved my Uncle Walt to death, which was why I helped take care of him. I was glad to do it. There was no skin off my teeth. But on January the 14th, she died. She was 52. She wasn't even as old as I am. So that was kind of a shock. But it really shouldn't have been. When I first moved back to Arizona in 2001, she also moved out here. So she was here. And I kind of changed my life. When I got on the bus to move here from Ohio, I basically put on a Nicorette patch. I hopped the bus, the Greyhound, to get here. I slept for 3 days. When I got off the bus, I didn't need cigarettes anymore. I was totally over it. I chewed one piece of Nicorette gum and then just gave the rest away. I didn't want it and didn't need it. So I was done. I was done. I haven't smoked a cigarette since. And I'm glad. But then I also started running, until I got some plantar fasciitis in my left foot. I lost a bunch of weight. I'm not as skinny now as what I was then. I weigh about 130 right or 180 right now. But she saw me get down to like 150. She saw me get down to 150 back in 2001, 2002. She even took a picture. She even took a picture and posted it online. Okay? Seeing me get healthy, seeing me get thin, seeing me start doing the right things, right? And she still never got up and walked around the block. Not once. Not once. She didn't exercise. She didn't really diet. She just did what she wanted to do. And what she wanted to do was to watch TV every evening, eat lasagna, eat Arby's, eat pizza. And so she gained a ton of weight. She started having heart attacks. She had a heart attack last fall, right around the ending of November, ending of October, early November. And she lasted for a couple of months after that and then passed away at 52. So that was kind of difficult. 15 days later, a friend of mine, me and my sisters basically grew up with, from like the last half of grade school all the way up to through high school and into early adulthood. He also died. He's 11 months older than me. So, actually, I take that back. He was 8 months older than me, I believe. I believe he was born in November, and I was born the following July. So, December, January, February, March, April, May, June, July. Yeah, he was 8 months older than me. And he's basically the same kind of story, except for him it was booze. Once he became a teenager and learned about sex and booze, he didn't care about anything else at all. He wasn't the kind of alcohol. He wasn't like an alcoholic who sat around drank beer like every single night. When he drank, he got drunk. He wanted to get drunk. He wanted to drink until he was trashed. That's what he did over and over and over again. Didn't take care of himself. I ended up getting in trouble and having to go into the Navy. So for a little while, he did stay in shape. He even managed to get married and have 3 sons. I didn't know them very well. I didn't live back there. I moved to Arizona. I lived in Columbus, Ohio first from the late 80s until I moved here. And so I wasn't really around him. But apparently what he did in high school and shortly thereafter, he just kept doing. He just didn't get in trouble for it anymore. And he drank and drank and drank and drank and drank, and he gained a bunch of weight because all he ate was junk, and now he's dead. And so, here's what you got to understand. All this stuff you see around us was built by imperfect, fragile human beings, just like you and me, just like Jamie and our friend. It wasn't built by Superman. It wasn't built by Captain Marvel. There is no Santa Claus. There is no Incredible Hulk. It's just us. It's just us. And we are, and every bit of this, because of that, every step along the way is fragile. Physically fragile. Psychologically fragile. And it's our fragile people, like you and me, physically fragile, psychologically fragile, mentally, emotionally fragile people who built the whole world. These are our systems. These are our civilizations. These are our cultures. And they are just as fragile as we are. Because we are the only things that hold them up. We're the only things that keep them going. We're the only things. We're the only ones that raise our kids. There's nobody else. We're it. There's nobody else to take care of our elderly. We're it. That's it. There's nothing else. And we need to face that fact. Because this, as you can see, can all go away. It can all collapse. History's littered with civilizations that don't exist anymore. There are no Babylonians. There are no Persians per se. There's no Vikings. You're not some sort of a barbarian sword swinging soldier. You're just not. You're just a guy in a crappy apartment like mine trying to get by. We are all we've got. And we've got to figure out a way to make that work. Because that's all you can do. Is figure out a way to make that work. To keep building this stuff up. Understanding that and there's going to be times when all you're doing is sticking your finger in the dike. Just like Britain in 1940. Taking on the Luftwaffe all by themselves. And all they could do was stick their finger in the dike. Yeah, all Churchill could promise was that we won't quit. That's all. That's all there is. And we've got to do the same thing. We've got to do the same thing. This could all go away. There's civilizations out there, tons of them that have all gone for whatever reason. So I gave you in a previous video, but quite by accident, rule to life number 13. That you find something in this world that you love enough that you'll fight for it to the end. Because here's the thing, if you don't do that, you won't really fight for the world at all. And we can't afford that right now. So I'll give you another rule, number 14. And that's this. Never stop fighting and doing the right thing. Never stop doing the right thing. The moment you stop doing the right thing, you allow decay to set in. Right down to your physical body. If you don't do the right thing, you allow some sort of decay into this world. Because everything falls apart. Everything is on the edge. Everything survives only because of all the incredible amount of effort that just goes into providing just opportunities for people to prosper and to be and to build themselves up and their lives up, and then they build the community and the society and the culture and the civilization. These are the steps that you go up through as you build, starting with yourself. So don't stop doing the right thing. Because the moment you stop being a part of the answer, you start being a part of the problem. And now you know where I've been, what I've been up to. I have more stuff that I'm working on for the future. I'm not sure when you'll see or hear from me again. I'm going to kind of assume it's not going to be very long. But I've got other processes and other projects I'm working on right now and I'm in the middle of. And I don't mean to throw making the videos into the back burner, but they might be just a little bit. Not like this though. I wanted some time to ingest what had happened with the death of these people that were, you know, fairly close to me, at least in history, if not directly family, and think it over. And but I wanted to do it now as things start to get worse with the coronavirus and it begins to really spread throughout the world. I just want to remind you, there's plenty of people in this world that are willing to go out here and just say, F you all, it's me and my little family on my ranch, don't come around here or you'll get shot, and they just don't give a damn. A civilization won't survive that. We got to do better than that. So plan on it. Because it's going to take a little more cooperation than some prepper in the woods if we're going to make it through this. And good luck.